Hello and welcome, probably for the last time, to my dining table with this puzzle. Because the only pieces I have left are the pieces on this piece of paper. So don't worry, it probably will not go fast. Because this has been a hard one, which I'm kind of happy about, because I don't want my puzzles to be too hard, but at the same time, I don't want them to be too easy either, because, you know, puzzles cost a lot of money, and, I mean, I currently don't have a job, so I'm a little reluctant to spend a lot of money, so that's a thing. Yeah. Last video, I actually talked about a topic one of you guys gave me, and that was exciting. And I've come to realize the reason I asked for topics was simple. I was kind of sick of myself complaining about not having a job. And I thought this could make it more fun. And then I realized, even though I had great suggestions for topics, so thank you, but also it kind of, stifled me a little. I was like, oh no, I have to do this now, and then I realized I don't. I'm grateful for the topics, and I have talked about two of them, like how I got started with puzzles, how I got started with knitting, and I really enjoyed that, but that does not mean, apparently, that is what I will be doing. So that is, thank you for the topics. I may use them in the future. I realized that what I really wanted to do was just do what I had been doing. Not necessarily that, hey, all I want to do is sit and complain, because now that's the reason I asked for help with topics, because I was kind of sick of myself complaining. But then it was like, oh no, now that I have all these suggestions for topics, I feel like I have to use them. And that wasn't quite the feeling I wanted, so I decided to keep the suggestions, and they will probably be used at some point, but also not right now. I'm just gonna keep doing what I had been doing, which was just ramble on about whatever pops up in my brain, because that feels very normal to me, apparently. That I don't always understand how my brain works, but that is apparently something that it enjoys, I guess. And I like the complaining thing. Yes, I have been doing a lot of that, but I wouldn't say that I feel justified in complaining necessarily, and it's a little annoying at times, but at the same time, that's the main thing on my mind right now, because I don't have a job, and I keep saying, oh, I don't know what I want to do. I'm pretty sure I've realized what I want to do. It's just I don't really have the money to do what I want to do. So that's a bit of a problem for me. And it's kind of really annoying, because there are things that I want to do, but then I don't have money, and I don't know how to get the money I need to be able to do the things that I want to do. It's a hard life, you know. All the things. And a part of me is like, oh my god, I should stop complaining. I have enough money to survive. I have at least as long as I have a little bit of savings, because I did apply for unemployment money because I lost my job and it wasn't my fault because someone else had to save money, so they downsized my position, which sucked for me. But I was not at fault, so yeah, I will be getting unemployment money. That unemployment money will be enough money to cover my bills, like all the internet, electricity, insurance, mortgage, student loan, contact lenses, and a few more that I don't remember right this moment. But it's enough to cover all that. And I can eat about half the food I usually eat, and I can't go anywhere because that would mean I would have to fill gas in my car and I wouldn't have money for that. So, yay, I'm gonna get unemployment money. Then I'll be starving because I won't have enough. It's not enough money to buy my regular amount of food even, which is great because everything is getting more expensive. But you know, they're just following the rules. Like, this is the math we do for everyone, so this is the math that you get too. Thanks. I can't wait to go hungry. But as I said, I shouldn't in a way be complaining because I have, for now, a little bit of savings so I can live off that. But so many people have said, don't worry, you'll get unemployment. Sure, it's a little bit less than what you usually get, but it'll be fine. And now that I know the number, I'm thinking, you've never been unemployed and gotten the unemployment check, have you? Because, yeah. And what can I say? Unfortunately for me, I live alone, so I don't really have... I can't share my bills with anyone because they're all mine. I live alone. Well, sucks for me apparently. Not really. I mean, I like living alone. I don't want to share my home. I don't want to share my home with anyone. I am an introvert, and I don't know how well you can see me right now, but this is where I need to put pieces, so you will just have to accept this. Oh, that did not go. What? But yeah, the coming little bit of time will be interesting. And I apparently need to... I thought I would have more time to try to figure out what I wanted. And as I said, to an extent, I do know what I want. I just don't have the money to do what I want. It's a struggle. It will continue to be a struggle until something changes. I'm not sure what will change, so that will be interesting. But yeah, I've heard so many people say that, oh, you get unemployment money, it's not a problem. And then I realize, well, it might actually be a little bit of a problem. Because the amount of money isn't really all that big. So that's unfortunate for me. Obviously, it's not unfortunate for anyone else. Except maybe you, if you don't like to hear me complain about it. But, I mean, as with anything online, if there's something you don't like online, you don't have to listen to it. You can just click off the video, click away from the news report, and stuff like that. I mean, I'm just saying, you don't have to read about and listen to things you don't want to, well, do that with. Because no one's forcing you. I read a lot in different comment sections because I find it hilarious. There are so many stupid people. And that might not sound very nice, but just because something doesn't sound nice doesn't mean it's not true. So, I'm like bashing at everyone today. I'm totally okay with that. Yeah, where was I going with that? Yeah, if there's something you don't like online, you have the ability to stop watching, stop reading, stop whatever you're doing with it. It's great. But reading quite a few different comment sections, because I find it hilarious how stupid people are sometimes. I also get a little annoyed with how stupid people are at times, because I mean, come on. Seriously. Have you even considered trying to use your brain? And for a lot of the people in the comment sections, I believe the answer might actually be no, which is a little sad. I mean, everyone should learn how to use their brain, how to think, how to behave when you are around other people, because no, not everyone will be the same. No, you will not agree with everyone. And like, sure, if you are in certain different settings, you can't necessarily do a lot, but I mean, you're allowed to not say anything. Or you're allowed to say whatever you want, but you're also allowed to do that politely. And some comment sections are just, for a lack of a nicer word, they're like so much shitstorms. It's impressive, really, how like crazy comment sections get sometimes. So I generally don't have popcorn in my house, but sometimes I wish I had it just so I could like sit down with popcorn and read the comment section, because yes, some of them are that good or bad. Depends on how you see it, I guess. So yeah, that's today, complaining about that. I can complain about a lot. Maybe that's what I should be doing. How much can I complain about in one video? But that would also be like annoying. I don't want to do that. Or maybe I do. I haven't decided. I'm like all over the place, in case you haven't heard it already. Then if you haven't heard it, you're not here. Yeah. A lot's going on in my brain occasionally, and I'm also struggling with this puzzle, as usual. Where did I even start this conversation? I've already forgotten. Like that's new. No, it's not. And also standing the way I have to by the end here now, not very pleasant, which is unfortunate. And I mean, there is so, okay. I have to organize the pieces a little because I feel they're all over the place. It could just be me that is all over the place. That would not be unheard of. But yeah, not much has been going on the work front. I haven't started looking for a job, and I therefore also have not found a job. Kind of obviously. How can you find a job if you're not looking for one? I mean, come on. But yeah, this, as usual, is all over the place. I was thinking that was one of the reasons I was like, oh, I'm gonna ask you guys for topics and stay on topic. But no, I am all over the place. So yeah, and now I'm all over the puzzle pieces, and it is a struggle. Okay, we are getting organized. Where do you go? There, 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 there. Okay, mostly organized. Okay, what am I looking for? This one. This one? That would have been so cool if that went straight in. which it did not. That one, however. Yeah, so, I mean, I just said that I do know what I want, but I don't have the money for it, which, I repeat, that sucks. But I will get there. I'm sure I will. I mean, I kind of have to. I'm bound to, because what else would I be doing? Wait, this one. Oh, this made it so much easier. Cool. So what do I want to do? Well, I think I've told you guys before what I really want to do. I want a small farm. I want to live a life I enjoy. I think that's kind of like the most, or the biggest thing, or like, I don't even know how to explain it. But I want to live a life that I enjoy, doing things that I enjoy. And things that I enjoy, puzzles, knitting, growing anything really, growing food, growing flowers. I like interacting with people, though, oh no, false fit in there, that is very unfortunate. Oops, okay. No. Doesn't seem quite right. I'm not sure. Okay. Oh no, where was I? I started to make a point, and then I had a false fit. This is why false fits are not good in puzzles. I don't get that one. Oh, maybe I have a false fit here. Okay. From that and up, this is a false fit then. Haha! Did you see that? That is the danger of false fits in a puzzle. Well, fixed it, so we're good. But yeah, I rambled about comment section, complaining about work, and kind of trying to admit that I do know what I want, I just don't have the money to do what I want. That part of it sucks, obviously. And I think I've told you before what I want. Don't even remember at this point. I've been talking to you guys a lot, so I do not know everything I said. I don't remember everything I said, is probably a more correct way to put it. How'd this go? Yeah, I got a little obsessed with the puzzle again. Where was I going? I do know what I want, but I don't have the money for it. I don't know how to get the money for it. I would like to, but you can't always get everything you want. I have a blog in Norwegian, and I made a comment on a different blog about wanting to have a farm, and part of the response I got back was like, well, you can't always get what you want. And I'm sick of people saying that. I think she meant it as like, well, you can't necessarily get everything you want, but you might get something else. She meant it in a nice way. Or at least I assume she did, so I'm just gonna go with that assumption. But it kind of annoys me, I realized, when people say, well, you can't always get what you want. Well, most people are smart enough to know that. However, at the same time, it's like, why shouldn't people be able to get what they want? What's so bad? Well, unless there are certain things that are like illegal and stuff, then maybe don't, you know? Maybe not like the legal stuff. But yeah, why shouldn't we get to dream about the things we want? It's like, no, you have to settle. No, I don't want to settle. I want the things that I want. I just don't know how to get there, which is unfortunate, but you know, eventually, if you work hard and if you're very, what's the right word, persistent, stubborn? I like the word stubborn. That very much describes me, like, a lot. But yeah, ooh, look at that. See, it helps to be persistent and stubborn. And then find a different way to get all the puzzle dust off. And someone told me in the comment section that not how they open, but when they open a new puzzle from the bag, instead of putting it in the box, like I often do, they had it in a strainer. Is that what it's called in English? You know when you pour the water off the pasta, you put the pasta in the thing and you have the pot with the pasta and the water, and you have the thing, and then you pour it in over the sink so the water drains out and you're left with just the pasta. Use that to get rid of the puzzle dust. And I was like, oh my god, that's kind of brilliant. So yeah, I guess I just finished the Zodiac puzzle. I'm gonna show you a close-up. But apparently I'm a little into my conversation. But yeah, I do know what I want. I don't have the money for it. I'll need to figure that out. And I was going somewhere with that. Yeah, don't try to tell people not to believe in their own dreams or that they shouldn't have that dream because it's too big. You never know where they might end up. So don't do that. If people dream big, let them dream. And, you know, I'm a very cynical, realistic optimist, which sounds like a weird combination. And we were having a great conversation, and I was on the roll. And at some point you cut me off without me realizing. That occasionally makes me sad. But yeah, don't know where you cut me off, so I can't repeat myself because I also don't fully remember what I said. Which is why I kind of like talking to you. Because since you is technically my camera, I can watch back what I said and see whether I agree with myself or not. I don't always agree with myself, but a lot of times I do, and sometimes I come up with good ideas in these videos. And sometimes I get cut off and I have no idea what I just said. But I finished the puzzle. I'm very happy with it. And I mean, I'm not going to do this too much with just one hand. That would be very, very not necessarily good. But it's 3,000 pieces, or according to the box, hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Here is it. According to the box on the side here, it is actually 3,168 pieces, not just 3,000. So you kind of get a bonus of 168. That's cool. But it's Ravensburger. It has the usual quality. There are thick pieces, and all the pieces were here. It's a new puzzle, so that's nice. And I mean, I'm not gonna do it too much, but look, that is incredible of sticking. And then you have to flatten it out because it's not put down like exactly evenly. But yeah, I think they lock together. Oh my god, look at that. Okay, I'm not gonna do that too much until I show you a better close-up. The one bad thing, not bad, downside? Con? You get what I mean. Was that I will show you if I can find it. I think it's right here. There's a line where the pieces are not exactly aligned. They're like slightly off down the middle. And considering how many false fits there were, I'm pretty sure they're like cut it in half and then turn this piece. So these pieces and those pieces are kind of interchangeable, except, you know, they're not really, because they have different patterns on them, so they're not actually, but it's the same fit. So that's a bit unfortunate, or very unfortunate, depending on how you see it. I found it highly annoying. And since I always start with the edge, and the edge, well, it wasn't a lot to go on because it was mostly black, the false fits made that part really hard. Surprisingly hard, actually, in my opinion. So the next time I do this, I do like doing my puzzles many times. They're expensive, so they're kind of worth doing many times. And, you know, the more times I do it, the less expensive they feel, because so many hours of enjoyment. But I think the next time I do it, I will do it differently than what I usually do, because as I said, I usually start with the edge and then I kind of find certain things that are very distinct and try to do them after I do the edge. And this is how I did it this time. I'm thinking next time I do it, I might start with like distinct things and like maybe this circle, oval shaped circle? Or is it called an oval? Anyway, start with like the sun and maybe this round here, or maybe like the Aquarius, the Virgo. I mean, start with like different things and not the edge. And the border around, well, that's a hard word. Border, the lining all the way, it's not fully all the way. It's broken out by these little round thingies, and then you have the corners, so you don't really have the border in the corner. So, yeah. But I can see myself start with the sun. I think that would be a good place to start. And then build out from there. And find like all the words. And then you automatically start building the circle. And all the stars, they can be sorted out. Whether they're this kind of stars or this kind of stars, and you probably don't fully understand what I'm pointing to. All in all, I like the puzzle. I'm a little disappointed by the false fits, but in a way, I guess you could say that is to be expected with a big puzzle. I mean, I don't know how they cut puzzles. I'm also a little disappointed because I took away a lot of the puzzle dust, and I don't know how well you can see this, but it's a lot of puzzle dust. And that's after I poured the bag onto my table and had to like remove a ton of puzzle dust from here. So, too much puzzle dust? I don't know why puzzle dust comes. I don't really care, I just don't want a lot of it. But yeah, I like the picture. It was hard. Honestly, the circle was surprisingly hard. I thought that would be easier. But it wasn't so hard that I wanted to give up or felt like it was impossible. I liked it. It was a challenge, but kind of like a good amount of challenge. I knew it was doable. I could like put things as I got like certain parts done, like the Zodiac sign names, titles, names, whatever, the words, I could put those like in place, and that gave me a shape, which I enjoyed. And now that I have done it once, it will be easier to sort next time, and I will do a lot more sorting in the beginning next time. I will sort out the sun, I will sort out all the stars, I will sort out the words. I will sort out the little markings, or the actual signs, and like the lining of the circle. And to an extent, I can sort out the border, the corners, obviously the edge pieces, but I will probably possibly finish with those. And then I can sort out like this Cancer thingy was surprisingly easy to sort out. And almost at the fish, the Pisces, the Aquarius, the Libra. I mean, you can sort them in piles basically, I think. So I think it'll be an interesting time to do it again. I'm excited. So, yeah. I'm gonna show you a close-up look of everything now. We're starting off trying to show you all of it, which feels pretty impossible. And also look at my tulips. Aren't they pretty? I had my birthday just the other day, so I kind of got one bouquet of tulips, but I had to divide them in 2 vases because none I have was big enough. But here you have it, a close-up. I mean, all the 4 corners are pretty much the same. And then you have a little squiggly around some of them. And these are some of the stars I was talking about. So you have this kind of stars, and then you have these kind of stars. And I mean, the different zodiacs are kind of easy to, or some parts of the zodiacs are easy to sort, I would assume. But the corners, that was a little harder actually. Look at that star. But yeah, I don't know how much of a close-up you want, because I don't know how well it's gonna show up on my camera. I mean, you could technically just do this and show you on the box. It's the same. But there's something about seeing a fully finished puzzle. It's very satisfying, or at least I find it very satisfying. But here it is, 3,168 pieces. I mean, and also, look at all this puzzle dust. Look, it's so much. It's like huge amount. And that's after I poured everything on the table and sorted the edges and the rest, and I put the rest in the box. So, you know, there are challenges. But that's it. I'm gonna see if I can grab a piece here now and show you. Don't know how well this is gonna work. This is the back side. I mean, oh my god, focus. Oh, I managed to get it to focus. That's so cool. The ordinary regular blue from Ravensburger. And, oh no, we're not focusing again. Come on. There we go, maybe. That's the width? No, thickness. And yeah, so they're just regular piece shapes. A lot of the different ones, as usual, like 2 ins and 2 outs, and different shapes, and 1 out, 1 in, like the regular ones. And yes, my chair creaks like a horrible horror novel or movie or whatever, but this is what I see. And there is definitely a little bit of shine to the pieces, but not more. I mean, you can see it a little up there. A little bit of shine to the pieces, but it was, I mean, I've had pieces or puzzles that is super shiny and super hard to do, but this was fairly easy to do even with the ceiling light. And today it's daylight. It's very bright outside. Very, very bright because it is snow. We've had several fall springs now, but we're back to snow. But yeah, here is the full puzzle. I'm gonna leave it out for a day or two and just to enjoy. At the same time, I kind of really want to enjoy the beautiful tulips. And look, that's where you sit and watch me. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you are enjoying some puzzles or some knitting or have another hobby you enjoy. And, you know, smile like the sun, even if it's snow outside, because why not? I hope you enjoyed it, as I said. Subscribe and like if you so choose. Tell me what would you do when you know there are so many false fits and very easy to confuse the corners because they're so dark. Would you try to start with a different part, or would you still try to start with the edge? I'm curious to hear what you think about it. Whether it would be a good idea to like start with the sun in the middle and the words and all. So please let me know down in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing if you have done that. And I will see you in another video. And if you're wondering, it was just my birthday, and apparently this is how my star sign look, or Zodiac. So I don't know, I don't feel like I fully look like that, but you know, I have a little bit of the red hair, so maybe.